Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Select men having to choose among top tier women. Now, this is definitely a player problem thing. This is definitely a select man thing. And as I said, I'm going in the direction where I'm catering only to select men. I'm just getting tired of just dealing with a lot of basic stuff. Find other dating coaches for that. But because select men do have issues, and that's an issue. That's actually an issue. I know it's an issue people wish they had, but it's a people sometimes they do have. You're a select dude. Shoot, you got it going on. Or women choosing like crazy. They throwing it at you. Understand. You might get to the point where, eventually you might want to settle down, or you might want to chill or just focus. And you got top tier women. It's like if you're dealing with some women just for sex. If you're dealing with some women just for sex, it's easy. It's like, okay, you got several women. This one just for sex. Let me just kick it to the side. But you got different women coming at you. It's like, well, wait a minute, hold up. Not only are they sexy, but highly intelligent, educated, top tier. 92 octane. Shout out to the master teacher BGS. I mean, shoot, maybe even 100 octane. They top tier, and you just like, man, how do I choose? And I'm gonna tell you what, there's no easy answer. There is no easy answer. Now, depending on the subculture you in, you might just keep them all. And I do mean subculture. You got some subcultures in Western society that allow for polygamy. And even if it doesn't, even if it's not a legal thing yet, it should be. If they allow gay marriage, they should allow polygamy. Or it might be a situation where a dude, and you got some dudes just that thorough, they just tell the women, okay, all y'all on the team, might even introduce them. And women will do that. Women will, for certain men, particularly a select man, a woman will share them because of the benefit they're getting from them. And really, there's one little key to that. It makes it easy. And I'll just give it to you because most people ain't going to get it anyway. But as long as that woman stays satisfied, there's many women, as long as you handle their business, they don't mind sharing. As long as they taking care of it. Usually women don't want to share because they ain't getting something out of it. But if you say to her, look, I want other women, but as long as she getting her orgasms or her emotional stimulation, there's a whole lot of women do it. A lot of women do it now. They just, there's a lot of women can tend to be like a side piece. So they basically sharing. And there's a whole lot of women who are married knowing they men going out. So one of the things is, for select men having to choose, just be honest with the women, first of all. Just be honest. If you got several, just say, look, yeah, I got several. I'm going out with other women. You don't have to give them details if you choose not to, but just say, look, I'm going out with other women. It's not a game thing, but just let them know this is the situation. In fact, it's better. And then you give them a choice whether or not they want to deal with it. Now, if you really thorough, you can bring them all together. Now, as far as choosing, if you that type, okay, you don't feel like having multiple women, which it can be a headache. People might think it's cool, but you got to deal with several women's emotions. And so you might say, all right, you got these top tier women. Then at that point, if you the type, you just want one woman, want to be monogamous, okay. One, you're actually in a good position because you can choose the best. Now, the best way to choose that woman is to ask yourself, okay, ultimately, what is it I want to do? What is it I want to do? What is my mission? See, it depends on your mission. Yeah, they all top tier, and quite frankly, if you following my work, that's all you're going to deal with any damn way. Quality women only. So you got several quality women. Every single one would make a good wife. Every single one. Every single one is an asset. Then it comes down to, okay, which one is the ultimate asset? And when I mean ultimate asset, which one will help you fulfill your mission? So even to get to that point, you got to know exactly what you want to do. You can't be all over the place. You can't be that type that's like, oh, I don't know. Because, you get some guys who are multifaceted. So it's like, all right, You got to look at every little angle with it. Because they might be top tier women, but okay, say you want children. Which one is top tier and wants to be a good mother? Or you might want to party a lot. Okay, which one's going to be top tier and still want to party? Or you might be the type who want to be more intellectual. You know, you like the books and everything. Okay, which one? All these women outstanding, but which one is going to support me intellectually? Or you might be an academic or something. Or you might be that type. Okay, I'm a businessman. Which one is going to be the greatest asset there? That's the key. That's the key. You got to think, and you got to look at every angle too. You got to look at every angle. Now, the best thing for that type of man is especially if he got different needs. Now, if he got a specific need, like he just said, you know what, I just want that money. I'm focused on that. Okay, you get the woman who supports that. Well, it's like, you know what, I just want to be a homebody. Get the woman who supports that. But say you that type, okay, you that type, you a hustler. You're a hustler. You get out there, but then when you're not on a hustle, you want to come home to some peace and all of that. But then sometimes you want to chop it up intellectually, and you definitely want somebody who's going to send you into orbit in the bedroom. All right, the best woman there out of those top tier women is the woman who can meet each of those criteria the best. I don't think any woman's going to meet all four. Or whatever your criteria is, all four that I mentioned, or whatever your criteria is. But you got to say, okay, who comes the closest to it? Who can meet the most? And you got to, and really to do it, you got to think about every aspect. Because there's always going to be an aspect of life you ain't going to want to deal with that woman or they not compatible with. So you got to think, all right, who's the woman who's going to support me growing? All right, something happens to that business. Who's the one who's going to have my back if hard times come? You know, which one's going to be the best mother? And you got to look at all of that and weigh it. If you just want one. Now, if, like I said, if you're a thorough dude, shoot, keep them on. Keep them on. And like I said, there's plenty. And see, that's something that's not said. I know personally, and there's top-notch men who got multiple women. I mean, even in the same household. Like I said, women will put up with a lot if you take care of them. If you take care of them. And you have subcultures that allow for polygamy in this country, particularly religiously, like Muslim. I'm not sure about Hebrew Israelite. I know the African Hebrew Israelites of Jerusalem, they allow for polygamy. It depends. Some African ATR groups in this country allow for it. And then some people just practicing it anyway. Some people just say, look, these are my wives. These are my girlfriends. Deal with them all. If you can handle it, if you can satisfy each one of them, that's a general thing. You don't have to choose. Maybe just choose maybe your top 3 or top 4. Shoot, top 10 if you could deal with it. Whatever. But regardless whether you want 10 or you just want 1, it's always about the asset. And that's general. Even if you ain't select. Like non-select men do get play. You just don't get it the same way a select man will. Even then, regardless of your station, that's how you have to look at a woman. Is she an asset or is she a liability? Is she going to make your life better or is she isn't? And that's ultimately how you got to look at them, no matter how top tier. And even in the case where you meet somebody top tier, you got to still say, is this an asset or is this a liability? So it's no one correct answer. The only correct answer is what's correct for you. So you can't say, oh, this is what you should do. You got to do what you can deal with. So anyway, and that was requested by someone via Instagram. For people who want to have quicker access to me, check Instagram because, I'm on Instagram every day, to do research. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm doing research on. Okay, let me stop faking. I'll be looking at the badunks. So anyway, that's the best way to catch me sometime. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.